In 2001, Mr. and Mrs. Roberts set out to start an organization that served children, knowing that education for them is the key. It's the key to unleashing the possibilities of what can happen in the future. It's the key to understanding community. It's the key to dreaming big. And so they set out to create a center, a space for children first and their families to be able to unleash and unlock their dreams.
Daryl and I have been married for 25 years. Individually, our grandparents were doers in their lifetime, and they passed those genes on to us, meaning that whatever community you live in, it is your responsibility to make it better. Not just talk about it, but be about it. After we were married, we decided that we wanted to find a place to implement our vision, and that vision was connecting our families and our kids to educational resources and support services that would help them enable their families. And back in our grandparents' day, education was to be the great equalizer. So we started with this idea of looking in our community and finding out where could we put this vision and what community would embrace it and support it. Somehow we ended up in North Sacramento, and there was a neighborhood association called the Dixie Ann Neighborhood Association, which was actually meeting literally across the street from the center where we're at now. One of the people that was part of the association was a realtor. And we met with the association and said, this is what we're thinking, and what we envisioned mirrored what they wanted to see in their community. And the real estate agent said, well, I have 3 pieces of property that I can show you. We came over, looked at the 3 buildings, and Daryl's vision was much clearer than mine when we saw the buildings. So we purchased a property from the Sons of Norway. And we started, working with the schools, and they start seeing value in what we were offering, and it started from there. And here we are 22 years later, and not only do we provide educational services, we provide support services. I would say that we're still true to our mission, and that is connecting our families to the best that our city and county has to offer them. Our belief is that when the adults in a household are doing well, the kids are doing well. This is our give back and our investment in our city and our county. One day when we're no longer doing this, we can say that we did our best.
A list of services. So I'll start with after-school programs, mentoring, freedom schools or summer enrichment program, family services. So you've got your Black Child Legacy campaign programs. You've got Healing the Hood, which is crisis response when fatalities or shootings happen in the community. Law enforcement, we show up to kind of just help bridge that gap so that we help family members feel supported and heard, but we also help the police or law enforcement be able to do their job, to be able to figure out what's really happening. There's also our groceries and food support that we do for families that just may have food insecurity. We have an African American Healing Network, which is all about mental health and wellness, youth development and workforce development, not only for the young people that we serve, so not only our high school students, but also the young folks that we employ. A lot of folks that we employ are out of high school, out of college, or in high school and in college, and are kind of learning job skills, right? Job readiness skills. So we have workforce development programs. We host men's groups. We host art classes, sponsor golf tournaments. We sponsor basketball tournaments. We do backpack drives, block parties. Sheesh, I feel like I'm not even scratching the surface of the number of programs and things that we do. We host youth pop-ups or SAC Youth Nights. It's a safe space. It's an appropriate space. We feed them. They hang out. They learn new things, but they also get to dance and have fun and laugh and just be kids and forget about the pressures of life. Just being invested in community initiatives, knowing what's happening in our community, and being a place where folks can come in to find out about what's going on with alleyways, or tell us us a little more about, this particular measure that's happening, or how can I get involved? We bring in other community organizations like, hey, why don't you partner with us on this? So we begin to bring other people in so that more people can serve the community. Because what we do recognize is that we can't serve everybody. We really bring the richness of community back together, right? In hopes that if this is your community, maybe you're a little more concerned about it. Maybe you're a little more invested in it. Maybe you take a little more pride in it. Maybe you take a little more ownership of it, and you begin to bring back the sense of pride in what is ours, right? And what is our community. Regardless of what the ethnic, demographic, or makeup of the community looks like, we all have an investment in the community.
Families are the fabric of the community. Anytime that you are investing in families, that's a long-term approach. Not all of our families that come to us have social ills or something is wrong, but they see the value because they're getting the support. They're seeing the investment. They see that they matter. As a society, we are so quick to put the fire out, but spend less time looking at what caused the fire and how do we prevent the fire. If I can do anything that would prevent someone from making decisions based on lack of, I want to invest in that.
We're a development center. The idea is that we wrap around families to provide that support. There are youth that were attached to and connected with Roberts Family Development Center when they were children, and now they're adults, and now they're going on to live, and lead, great lives. And also they're coming back and serving and actually working here at the center, making ourselves available to individuals as they continue on in life, and just letting them know they're still supported. And I think that's the beautiful thing that I've experienced since I've been here.
Getting people into therapy services, especially African Americans, can be difficult just because of the trust factor. But the fact that they even feel comfortable enough to come to RFDC and say, I need help, is a big deal. We even welcome and celebrate that part. Our culture bookers are special because each one of them have had their own journey with some type of mental health issue, whether it be anxiety, whether it be addiction. So they are very relatable. Access is a big issue. Just having access, having someone that looks like you, someone who has your experience, and someone that you could afford. Unfortunately, we can't pay for all the services. We wish we could, but because of our budget, we just can't. And some of them want to continue on and on.
It's clear to me that Roberts Family Development Center really belongs to the community. Even staff that may not know how important their time here is on a campus with a kid, having lunch with a child, talking to a parent, is being a part of this community shapes them and shapes their life as much as they shape the next steps of where we go. It really belongs to the community, and it will always shape and change based on where the community is at. And if we're really great at being stewards, we kind of get the opportunity to recognize that and to shape and to mold and to grow Roberts Family Development Center to fit the needs of really who it belongs.
22 years of investing in our city and our county, from a dream, from a vision. And so many people to thank, the level of gratitude, because, there's no way we could do this just by ourselves. So many people have supported and invested. We will always have a spirit of gratitude. But I want us to celebrate the efforts, because Daryl and I won't be here forever. We won't. And so we're looking forward to the next phase. We're continuing to grow. But, you have to celebrate too.